Siemaneczko, witajcie, kolejny odcinek L.A Noire.
5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Wraca temat morfiny. I chłopaków może w końcu spotkam ponownie z Wydziału Zabójstw.
I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to
Tak jesteś?
get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
Sam nas wrzuciłeś tutaj. Niech będzie taki strój.
I recognize that guy from the papers. He's a cop. Grown man.
You drive.
Plain
I need to go over the case
boy.
notes.
Niech nas wiezie. Poprzednia sprawa wyszła nam tragicznie.
Distracted.
We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of L.A. forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
Second floor, apartment 6, in the back.
Pierwsze piętro, dobra. Ale to otwarte jest, więc... O!
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug?
O!
Let me get on with it.
Relax, Rusty.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead. Phelps?
Val, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest. Take a closer look at her head and neck.
No, chętnie.
The neck is bruised pretty badly. Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good.
Ugryzienia? Jakiś wampir?
Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
It spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
This is her in these photos?
To.
I don't think so.
I don't think so too.
Miss Julie was...
Pretty girl like that? Maybe she was having trouble with some boys, huh?
Myślałem, że te tapsy mogę sprawdzić.
Couldn't take it anymore. So she ran herself a bath and down some pills, and then she just drifted off.
Looks like barbiturates.
Środki nasenne.
Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing?
Dane. Recepta.
We should speak to her doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster. Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
Jakie tutaj szykowne rzeczy. To ona na tym zdjęciu? To mogłoby być. Zaraz pogadamy z tobą. Nie no, wałek akurat mnie nie interesuje. Żelazko też raczej niekoniecznie. Bajzel.
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
A, mogłem. Nothing. Może drugie.
Been a modeling assignment.
Proszę bardzo.
It's a place to start. Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
Otwórzmy, zobaczmy, może też jakiś brak wpisu. No to zamykamy. Odkładamy. Możemy pogadać z nią?
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there?
Kim jest pan Henderson?
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
Czyli
Would she have killed herself for a man?
Miss Julie would never have killed herself. She was a very determined young lady.
dobrze zaczynamy.
One of those people who shake the tree for all it's worth.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Tu
Many
kręcisz.
friends, Mrs. Reynoldson. Spill it.
I will not spread gossip about Miss Julia. She was very nice to me.
I don't care if she was the Virgin Mary, sister. Who was she humping? You changed the sheets.
You're disgusting. If you're going to take that tone, I won't answer any more questions.
Zajebiście.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
No,
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
chociaż jedno dobrze.
You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
Chociaż jedno dobrze.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm a Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
You know the way. You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Gabinet?
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. You couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Świetnie, świetnie tu się wypowiada koleżka wobec swoich tutaj współpracowników i naszych byłych partnerów. Nas interesuje
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
505, czyli idziemy na wyższe piętra.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
505, tak? 501 3
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Jest rok 46. Nie wiem, który rok jest w grze. Walne
Julia
to.
Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Okej. Nawet dobrze nam poszło.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Dobra. Jedźmy do tego salonu. Nie do końca ufam temu gościowi. Oczywiście temat obgadamy w...
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
You're behind the wheel.
Fine, where are we headed?
Sklep, w którym była modelką.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Te właśnie tajemnice tutaj lekarskie i tajemnice spowiedzi to tak śliski temat moim zdaniem. Zaleski, proszę bardzo.
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy who was pretending
Well,
to be
hello.
dead?
What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Notatnik. No
Could you
dobra.
tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is
She's
she?
a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
No dobra, powiedzmy, że ci wierzę.
Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Pierścionek.
Look, lady, you need to give me something. Do you know anybody who would have cause to harm Julia?
No. Really, Mr. Phelps. Julie is my friend.
Dobra, zła odpowiedź.
I don't know why anyone would want to hurt her. She's okay, isn't she?
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was
Tak
so
trochę
full of life.
nienaturalnie to tak.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Messages for me, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Dobra, autopsję sprawdzamy.
Can you drive to this one?
Where are we going?
Isn't he a cop who won the medal and is solving all cases?
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking a big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
No nie wiem. Wolałbym jednak wrócić na Wydział Zabójstw.
Detectives Phelps and Earl here to see the coroner.
Yes, Detective. He's waiting for you in the examination room.
Okej.
That's the one. About a week
Cole,
ago, this guy
Roy,
murdered his
I
wife
have
and
some
dumped the
information
body.
for you.
But that's the cop who put him away.
You're the only person
Słuchajmy.
enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
O.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mel. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mel. Thanks for the lead.
Widać nie lubią się panowie. Lekko mówiąc. Wiem, czym się przejedziemy. O ile możemy to zapożyczyć sobie.
You gotta be kidding me. We're driving this?
Ej, to daleko żeśmy się nie przejechali.
You think this lipstick's too light for my complexion?
Is interview 2 free?
Oh, Susie, you are so bad.
W którym on mówi pokoju?
Arnett is in interview 2, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Dwójce.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck on the shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
Mamy to.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Serio?
Spill it, Henry. You know nothing about a man named Henderson?
Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
Isn't there anything else you can do?
Dziwnie spokojny jest gość.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
No dobra, no.
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Dobra.
You know you made it if you can get that desk.
Mamy cokolwiek o gościu.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. The Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
Okej.
He's in that car at the lights.
Standardowo.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Dla mnie też się wydawał gość turbo podejrzany. Wydaje mi się, że on mógł coś tutaj przysfingować. Zwłaszcza, że mówił, że coś ich ze sobą łączyło. Zielone jest, to możecie jechać. Mi by się przydało, żeby parę aut stało za mną. Znaczy między nami, tak? Jak się zbliżę za mocno, to my zaraz przed skrzynią.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Nie wydaje mi się, żeby gość spanikował od tak i zawiózł nas do miejsca, gdzie z tym drugim będzie gadał. Jeszcze go widzę, spoko. Zielone poproszę. Już. W prawdziwym świecie w prawdziwym świecie goś już by dawno się zorientował, że go śledzę. Chyba się zatrzymuje. Czekamy czy idziemy?
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Aha, teraz go będziemy śledzić z buciora. Popatrzeć gablotkę. Jak przejdzie na drugą stronę, ja sobie stąd przejdę. Może będzie szedł dalej. Oho. Dobra. Myślałem, że wlazłem w tryb ten incognito. To jednak nie.
Move in. At risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Aha, nie wszędzie się da. Nie przy każdym sklepiku. Tylko tak chyba będzie najrozsądniej. Prawie mnie zobaczył. Prawie. Przechodzisz przez te światła, czy udaje się? Dobra, przeraz. Żeby mnie nie widział.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Ej, on gdzieś już skręcił.
That price is outrageous!
Move in. At risk losing the trail.
Kuewa.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
Do Meksyku będzie uciekał, czyli to on.
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Oh my God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Co robimy? Z telefon. Go odebrał. Czy odebrał? Zadzwonił. Świetne, świetne to było, panie Pawle. Najprostsza droga do zabicia się.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Okay.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks for your help.
Dobra, najpierw na posterunek.
You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Najpierw komisariat, potem tego patrolowego.
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
Prawda? Koleś chciał grać na 2 fronty, a nikomu jeszcze na 2 fronty się nigdy nie udało wygrać, więc obstawiam, że to.
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
Guy was willing to write his own mother after I sweated him.
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
Coś jeszcze? Dobra. Z chłopakami się miałem spotkać.
45. I want to stop him with 1 round.
I got this gadget whiz putting recording devices into place. You know anything about this mess? Guy gave his wife a tap. I said, "I'll stand." You can't expect me to turn a blind eye, can you?
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Tu ich nie ma.
I didn't come to California.
I don't care.
To be a sex
I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free.
I recognize that guy from the papers. He's a cop.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. He said all's fair in love and war. I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Gdzie oni są?
Quit hassling me, detective. Isn't there work you should be doing?
Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Gdzie? Jest właśnie czarny szafir.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
No dobra.
I'm stumped.
What are we missing?
Ideas?
Let's go back to the apartment.
Guy was willing to write his own mother after I sweated him.
You're behind the wheel.
All right, where to?
Tak mówili, żeby wrócić do apartamentu, więc... Na pewno? Gdzie ty jesteś?
Help me
You
out.
want to go digging around in drains trying to support Mal's theory? You go ahead. I'm not getting my hands dirty.
Nie. Dobra, sprawdźmy dalej te poszlaki nasze kolejne.
You know the way. You can drive.
Where are we going?
Tu i potem na końcu do tych do tej ostatniej lokalizacji.
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Go w stopę.
Get behind something, Phelps.
Z głowy.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Willie.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Do we know where we're going?
Ostatnie miejsce tak naprawdę. Mam nadzieję, że nie spieprzymy tego.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Now, I'm a fella with...
Tylko no nie mamy na gościa nic, tak?
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man, if you are returning 43 pieces of my property?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Dobra, zgadza się.
A black sapphire ring.
A beautiful piece. It belongs to my daughter.
Czyli on...
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
A, ty stara.
I get the sense that you're worried about something, Mrs. Eastrom.
I have already received the insurance claim, Detective. Is there any way we could keep the return of these items discreet?
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eastrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You have only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives.
Whoa!
What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, mother and father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
The American Century Broadcasting Company salutes our veterans and reminds you to check with your local real estate agent for exclusive homes reserved.
To jedziemy do gościa. Jeżeli on wpadnie ze względu na ten pierścionek.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
What is sogging it, sister? You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Dokładnie. Mam nadzieję, że chociaż to wydłubiemy z niego. Zielone mamy, to dawaj, rura.
Take the next right.
Dobrze. Także
Keep going
myślę.
straight.
Dobra, poczekajmy. Albo nie, poczekajmy. I tutaj wchodzimy w zakręt. Zaraz powinniśmy być u tego gagatka.
Go straight at the next intersection.
Pięknie stanąłem na drodze. O, i teraz mam was.
You're gonna go right up ahead.
Tak myślałem.
Take the next left.
Dobra, tu wejdę w lewo. Ładnie, ładnie. Zjeżdżacie mi z drogi. Struktura miast w Stanach mi się podoba, bo to po prostu są ulice prosto, tak? Jak widzicie zresztą.
It's the next right.
Nie jest to jakoś mocno pokomplikowane. Także albo w jedną, albo w drugą, tak naprawdę.
Siren Cole, use it.
O, już jesteśmy. Musimy w miarę szybko ogarnąć. Bo pamiętacie, że on niedługo będzie chciał.
Come on, sister. Let's find out who your fiancé really is.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you...
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
No i teraz będzie konfrontacja.
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Stop! LAPD!
Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case.
Go on, put your hands in the air!
No ty, Cole. Co ty tutaj? Na rurę w las.
Give it up, LAPD!
Nie, Cole! Tak to my go... On nam ucieknie, co ty? Chyba, że czeka, żeby nam wpierdzielić. Ja wiedziałem, że tak się skończy. No.
Go on, get out! Put your hands in the air! Give it up, LAPD! Don't make me chase you!
Cole! Nie wierzę.
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. He came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming around, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
Ja bym się może najpierw rozejrzał.
Junk.
Może wyjść na to.
Hasn't given me anything to go on.
Też
It
chyba
would take a
nic.
smarter man than me to connect that.
Tu wyjście jest, to nie.
Circumstantial.
Tu coś, cokolwiek. No dobra, rozpocznijmy tą rozmowę.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
Co za pajac.
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, detective?
Czy ja bym go cygaretką, która jest, była na liście.
Because you pawned a Fabergé cigarette case today for $600. A case that is on a list of stolen items.
It was Julia's idea. Get a list of society parties, find out where and when, and then have the guests burgle. Julia was desperate for money. No matter how much we made, she always wanted more.
Why
Dobra.
did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
Coś za to ją... No powiedzmy.
But why kill her?
She always looked down on those two. When she told them that she was cutting them out, they swore to get even with them.
Dupa.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Give it up, Arnett. You're facing the gas chamber. Give the judge some reason to commute.
You still don't get it, do you? Julia entrapped everyone. She was so beautiful, so goddamn cold.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
To nie mógł nam tego od razu powiedzieć? Już powiedział, że gość nie istnieje.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine, where are we headed?
I guess the wedding's off.
He only robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the run, boy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
Should have never told me.
Dobrze mu wytknął, bardzo dobrze. Ale co do tutaj naszej rozgrywki, strasznie źle idą mi dialogi. Aczkolwiek z doktorkiem dobrze zagadaliśmy. 505.
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in. I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
Mamy cię.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
Oh, the practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
O nie!
Didn't see that coming.
Operator, give me R&I.
Tego się nie spodziewałem. I takiego finału.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way. We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
No, zakończmy to, bo to nie dość, że trwa już trochę czasu. To jeszcze naprawdę zawiła sprawa.
That old boy really fell for that broad.
She was incredibly beautiful.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy, as long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
Złapmy tego Williego. Oczywiście posłuchajmy mądrości Roya, tam Raya, naszego ziomeczka.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this. The kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this side of the street.
A harmonica playing wrestler. That's a weird one. Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. We don't want him to bolt on us.
He wouldn't be that way.
Czort wie.
Up the wrong tree.
Wcześniej słyszałem harmoszkę, ale... Słyszę.
Cole. You hear that?
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Wolałbym go właśnie zaaresztować niż zabić. I na górę, na górę, na górę, na górę. Czemu oni zawsze uciekają na górę, skoro na górze już jest dach, tak? Rura.
Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings. There he is. Waste the son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Oho.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Udało się nam zamknąć to. Myślałem, że będzie gorzej. No ale nie mogłem znaleźć tej morfiny, no. Szukałem ile się dało. No dobra, trudno. Mam nadzieję, że wam odcinek się spodobał. Dłuższy niż zwykle, jak zauważyliście. Trzymajcie się do następnego. Hej!
Julia's gone, Hank. The Major is dead. We're being overrun. We have to get off of this hill.
That's one of our 50 cals still firing, Cole. The 22nd are still fighting.
Oho.
It's over, Cole.
Looks like you're one of the lucky ones.
Say goodbye to your friend Hank, Jack.
He was your friend too, Cole. Is this how you're going to leave him? Are you wounded?
Not a scratch, Kelso.
Well, get up and get out of that fucking hole! Find a stretcher while you're at it so we can get him out of here.
Who's the senior officer here?
I guess that's you, Cole.
You were up here all night?
Yes, sir.
And your command?
Gone, sir.
Sorry to hear that, son. God damn it, we have beaten these bastards back. It's the beginning of the end, and it was one here. You're a goddamn hero, son. What's your name?
Lieutenant Phelps, sir.
I'm recommending you for the Silver Star and promoting you to First Lieutenant.